The Aviation and the Environment Summit is actually one of the high-level events during the year where the whole aviation industry gets together to really discuss environmental issues. So aircraft manufacturers such as Bombardier, engine manufacturers, airlines, airports, air navigation service providers, but also we meet with the regulators and the NGOs and the media. So this is really an important event for us. So we're very proud to be here with some executives to participate, and we're also very proud to be a gold sponsor of the event. If members of the traveling public are concerned about the environmental impact of flying, first I'd like to get the facts and put things in perspective. So aviation is indeed responsible for 2% of CO2 emissions worldwide, but it's the only industry that has a unified position to actually control its emission, get to carbon neutral growth in 2020, and reduce its emissions over time by 50% by 2050. So our industry is really committed to controlling our emissions. But if we want to speak to the public and compare perhaps to what they know best, the fuel emissions, for example, of their cars. So I could say for the Bombardier products, for example, for a regional jet, so a CRJ, that aircraft consumes 6.4 liters of fuel per 100 kilometer per passenger. So that is comparable to a fuel-efficient car, an average fuel-efficient car. If we get to a more fuel-efficient aircraft like the Q400, for example, then you get down to 3.8 liters of fuel for 100 kilometers per passenger. But with the next generation of aircraft, like the new commercial C-Series, then we'll get down to another category and we'll use less than 3 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers per passenger. So you could see that flying, it could be very fuel efficient. The biofuel development is very important for the aviation industry because biofuels are the one key element that will allow the industry to actually achieve its targets of reducing its emissions by 50% in 2050. So we all need the biofuels in our industry. So it's important that each player has develops some biofuel experiments. So in our case, we will now try to fly a Q400. So it will be the first technology advanced commercial turboprop that will fly on biofuel. So it's a project with 6 partners in Canada. We will do it from Camelina Oilseed, and we will fly a Porter Airline Q400 in 2012. So we're very proud of that. There's been some testing in other countries. It will be the first testing really in Canada. Well, the business aviation or general aviation community is actually very committed to reducing its CO2 emissions as well. And Bombardier actually played a role in rallying that community toward an environmental commitment last year, just before the Copenhagen conference, because Bombardier actually manufactures commercial aircraft and business jets. We were well placed actually to bring the industry together. And we're very proud because for the first time this year, just before the assembly of ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, that will be held in Montreal in just 2 weeks. For the first time, there's been an environmental paper presenting the position of the industry that rallies really the commercial aircraft side of the house and the business aviation community. So it's an example of the role that Bombardier can play in those international environmental policy discussions. During the summit, we actually want to invite the participants to come to the Bombardier booth to discuss our environmental initiative, and we'd like to discuss them with an interactive iPad where we can explore all of our products and our aircraft. So for example, if we take the C-Series, our latest commercial aircraft, if we focus just on the environmental impact and we want to look at the noise comparison, we could actually see the comparison of the noise footprint on the ground. If we want to focus on CO2 emissions, we can see the CO2 emissions for the C-Series versus other aircraft. But if people are interested with our other product, then we have the Q400, of course, and the CRJ.